Back to my channel. Hopefully y'all blessed. Hopefully y'all amazing. Hopefully y'all great. So we're gonna talk about getting to the money. We're gonna talk about getting to the bag, all that. When I make these videos, I want y'all to make action out of what I'm telling y'all to do. So we're gonna talk about the Alliance credit card. So this is one of my favorite credit cards. You see Alliant right there. You see it's my card or whatever. Visa signature. So we're gonna talk about getting that card because I know sometimes when we fix our credit, we're just like, okay, what do we do once we build our credit? Like, what do we apply for? First of all, just foundation wise, when you get money, when you get a credit card, when you get business loans, when you get lines of credit, when you get funding, you want to make sure that you have a plan. I see a lot of people, right? Over the years, I've been working in the credit space. I see a lot of people, they'll get money and then they don't know what to do with it because you got to think about it too. It goes back to Cat, you know what I'm saying? Shout out to Cat. It goes back to the values and everything. So everything we're doing is basically about reducing crime rate. So when we educate y'all using these consumer laws to build up your credit, go get funding, all of that, we putting y'all in a position where most of y'all haven't really been in. You know, you get a lot of money at once. It's easy to fumble the bag and mess up the bag. So number one, I want y'all to, before you even get the Alliant credit card, right? I want y'all to have a goal as far as what it is that you want to do with it, because you gotta understand when you're going into it. If you don't go into it with a plan, you're basically planning to fail, right? The notion of if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. So same thing with funding. You got to know why you want the money. You got to know how you're going to use the money. All right. Is it going to be for a business? Is it being for building up your credit profile? Because you know when just like the basics of having a good credit profile, you want to have something where you have cards that are at least $2,500 limit. The good thing about Alliant is, from my knowledge, the minimum you're going to be able to get from them is 10,000. So it's going to be 10,000 and up. I never seen anybody get anything less than a $10,000 limit on the card we're going to talk about, right? Anybody that I've helped, they've gotten at least $10,000. And I think that's a minimum, if I'm not mistaken. It could have changed, but I don't know. But yeah, do your research. I'm gonna share my screen in a little bit. We're gonna look at like just some points about it. But the main reason why I like the Alliant Visa card is because you can get up to 2.5% cashback. And I believe it's on up to $10,000 each pay period or whatever. But everything else is gonna be 1.5%. So most cards is gonna give you like 1% cash back on everything. So when you talk about something like, oh, 1.5%, 2.5%, if you're just doing the expenses you're supposed to be doing anyways, maybe your rent, maybe your business, whatever, you're gonna be getting free money. All right. You could put it back onto your statement. So that's something that I got in the habit of doing. As I get the points, you could just put it back onto your bill as far as what you're paying on the actual usage, right? So keep that in mind. I want it to be very, very simple. So make sure your credit report is straight. It's very, very simple as far as doing what you need to do. They could pull different bureaus. I've had it since 2021 to be transparent. So I believe when I did it, it might have been Equifax or TransUnion, possibly both. Don't quote me. The safest way, just be good on all three. And one thing y'all can do too, one thing I encourage y'all to do, I think they have it on this card too. I'm not gonna show the back of the card because it has the numbers, but they got a customer service number, right? You don't have to have the card to get the customer service number. You can literally Google it. What's the Alliant Visa customer service number? And specifically, this is the Alliant Visa signature card. So literally Google it, right? I'm not here to baby y'all. Y'all can do the research yourselves. So literally Google it. One thing too, I literally gave my mentees what I put as far as applying for it. I'm not saying to lie. I put honest numbers, but the reason why that's valuable is because you can kind of see the numbers that I put and how I was able to get approved. You can see my exact credit score and what it was and how I got approved. So I put that as well as a bunch of different cards in an ebook that I give for free to my mentees in my mentorship program. So that's only available if you're in my mentorship program. It's not available to the public. But that's why I say it's good to invest in yourself. You don't have to get into my mentorship. You can literally get the card approved. You got the good data points. Obviously, you want to make sure you got good payment history. Do not have any late payments. You want to make sure your debt utilization rate is good. So don't be maxing out your cards by the time you're applying. Also, one thing that a lot of people forget to do, I know sometimes when people put a freeze on their credit report, make sure all your stuff is unfrozen, right? If you're cleaning up your credit, that's cool. Whenever you're about to get funding, though, you have to unfreeze it, or else it's going to delay the process. You could possibly get an automatic denial because they can't pull your credit. So keep that in mind, right? So debt utilization rate, 100% payment history, obviously. And then, obviously the 15% is your length of credit history. So I recommend having at least 4 years of history. If you have to piggyback, through a trade line, make your own decision. As far as I'm not giving you legal advice as far as that, but find a way to have at least 4 years of history is what I would recommend, right? And these are not be all end all. At the end of the day, I'm not underwriting. They decide. I just happen to get approved, keeping these things into consideration. Inquiries, don't have too many. I don't think I didn't have more than 3 on each, right? So keep that in mind too. If you got inquiries, you should know how to remove those inquiries. We've spoke about that in several videos. Go look at my past videos, right? And then what's the last part? Credit mix. You want to make sure that you have a good credit mix. So you want to make sure, if you don't already, at least have 1 or 2 cards that have at least a $2,500 limit. If it could have at least 6 months of history, that would be ideal. These are things you want to consider before you even go into like business funding. But this Alliant card, this is a good starter card, because when I got it, I believe I only had like 2 credit cards at the time. I think I had Discover, I had Bank of America. And yeah, I didn't have too much of a foundation. So it's a good starter card. I always recommend Discover It cashback card for people that's just getting started with credit. I recommend you have at least a 700. They're gonna pull Experian in most cases. So yeah, keep that in mind. That's besides the video, but yeah. So Alliant, you're gonna get a high limit. And one thing y'all gotta realize too: credit unions are for you, right? Whenever you see credit union, whenever you see the name credit union, Navy Federal Credit Union, Alliant Credit Union, you gotta understand that they're for you. Credit union for you, right? Because they're gonna give you that good funding. The big banks, Bank of America, all them people, all them crooks, they stingy. They run a big business. They don't necessarily want to give you the best funding in the world. So, but credit unions are going to give you the best funding in the world. So, I didn't even talk about getting into Alliant. So, I'm going to share my screen. But hold on, getting into Alliance is pretty easy. Can y'all see me? Y'all can't even comment. I'm tripping. All right. So getting into Alliant is pretty easy. You just got to make like a $5 donation and you'll be able to get in, because a lot of times with these credit unions, they have specific things, but they have a thing where like, okay, if you want to get in, you can make a donation and you'll be able to get in. So just, make that donation. Don't be cheap and you'll be able to get in. So look, I'm on the Forbes advisor. Just for y'all information, you see on the right side over here, they have more cards. American Express Platinum, I got that card too. So they got all these cards you can look at, and you can go from there. So they were just doing a review on the Alliant card. And you see this is 2023. So they said the no annual fee Visa signature credit card. So this is a Visa signature. Remember, you're gonna get a high limit. At least 10 bands is what you're gonna get. It's hard to beat, and you got to meet certain requirements. If you don't mind jumping through the initial hoops, the rewards rate is stellar. Earn up to 2.5% cash back with no categories to track on up to, okay, like I said, up to 10K each billing cycle. That's what I thought it was. Everything else is 1.5%, like I said. So, okay, so they say your credit score got to be excellent. So make sure your credit score on point. Because I'm not gonna lie, my credit was on point when I applied. So obviously I didn't go through the complexities of maybe I'll get approved, maybe I won't get approved, because I had everything hidden. So as long as everything's hidden, then you should be able to do what you need to do. So the main thing to understand, use these consumer laws to go ahead and get your negatives removed. And the simple fact of the matter is, y'all got to realize, like, we cater to every tax bracket. If you just don't got money, or if you just the cheapest person in the world, you just a poor person. When I say poor, you got to think about it's a mindset, it's an acronym. Passing over opportunities repeatedly. Some people have money, but they just poor because it's their mindset. So if you're a poor person, you could literally watch my YouTube and figure out how to do it all for free. If you just somebody that for whatever reason you just don't have a lot of money left over, maybe you're bad with the money, maybe you're just in a financial situation that's not the best, Maybe you got too many kids because you out here having too much sex, which is why I say sex is for poor people, right? But anyways, if you find yourself in that situation, we literally have the DIY recession repair remedy. So it's a $27 course. I know some of y'all that may be watching this video, you haven't seen my other videos, you're not familiar with me. So I gotta, break everything down. $27 course will teach you how to actually fix your credit yourself as far as sending out the disputes, getting those negatives removed. If you need a build, go ahead and build. I got the CAT podcast, right? My podcast, how to delete anything, how to build, right? Different accounts to build. So it gets to a point where we got to sit back and say the fact that I literally have the most valuable YouTube channel on the planet. If you don't take care of your credit, you don't want to take care of your credit, especially if you're watching my channel, because all the resources are here, but it's just really on you. God of my damn mind. It's just really on you making sure that you actually get to that next level. So we make it to the point that there's no excuses for you not to succeed, right? So if you don't succeed, it's your fault. If you don't succeed, you deserve to die poor, right? As far as your credit, because like we gave y'all all the sauce. It would be one thing, right? It would be one thing if I didn't put out any value, but we got over 1,000 videos. So those of y'all that be in my comment section that want to say anything negative, you want to leave negative comments, you want to pretend like you're not leaving a negative comment, but you're trying to just, start something to get a reaction. Let's look at your channel. Let's see the people you impact and let's see the value you impacting, right? Pull up your channel and then we'll respond. You know what I'm saying? So keep that in mind. When y'all got to realize too, when you're on a journey of impacting lives, when you're doing what you're going to be doing, you got to understand, it's just life. It's just what comes with it. People going to say things to try and, tear you down. People going to say things to try to get you off and all that. People going to say things. People going to judge you, but they never added value to anybody in life. You know what I'm saying? Like, doesn't that sound crazy? Imagine me right from the outside. Let's say that I got no profile picture. I got no videos. I got no subscribers. Maybe I got less than 100 subscribers or something. I'm watching this guy's video. He got thousands of subscribers. He impacting lives, changing people's lives and all that. I'm leaving a comment, judging little small things, leaving negative comments, this, that, and the third. You know what I'm saying? I've never seen anybody leave something negative in my comment section that's doing better than me. That's all I'm going to leave it at, right? So if I was that person with the no profile picture, I'm leaving comments on that person with the thousands of subscribers, I'm probably a hater because they doing what they doing. You know what I'm saying? So keep that in mind. That's just for, those of y'all that, you want to be hating or just trying to be coming into my house, trying to talk how, you know what I'm saying, how things should go. If you have a comment, you got feedback or whatever, and it's coming from a negative space, go put it on your channel, right? If I'm teaching people the wrong way, if I have wrong information, if I'm whatever, if I'm mean and all that, go teach on your channel and teach people how to do it the right way. Don't come to my house and try to tell me how to act in my house. You know what I'm saying? Like, y'all got to understand, if I was outside with my homies and we hearing all that, like, we gonna call security on you because you looking crazy. You know what I'm saying? So keep that in mind. Like, y'all talking when y'all leaving those kind of comments to where you're trying to tell someone how to act in their house, or you just leaving, comments that are useless, that don't add value. Like, go add value on your own channel. Wait, you don't add value, so you go and come to mine, and you know what I'm saying? So, that's just for those of y'all that just be on some weird stuff. Getting online too, like, I think I was privileged the way I was raised, because getting online made me realize, like, it's a lot of weird people out here. You know what I'm saying? Like, people that be leaving weird comments and things like that. Those of y'all that's, my real subscribers, and y'all be, tapped in, leaving the positive comments and all that. I appreciate that if it's genuine. But it's some weird people out here. It's definitely some weird people out here. So yeah, just keep that in mind. 2.5%, like I said, on up to 10K. Generous credit line, you're gonna get at least 10 bands. And then they got a no intro APR offer. It's all good. No welcome bonus. But, you can get multiple cards. So don't worry about all that. So, yeah, that's pretty much the Alliant Visa signature credit card. So make sure your credit is good before you apply for it. I just wanted to drop a video so y'all can actually know what to do, because some of y'all are sitting on good credit, You just haven't gotten the funding that you needed to get. So go ahead and do all that. Hopefully this video helped. If you got any questions, go ahead and leave them below. Whenever you see me reply to your comments, I'm gonna be transparent. Most of the times it's someone on my team, but if I reply to you, I reply to you. But my team is usually on it. So yeah. With that being said, make sure you like, comment, subscribe. I appreciate y'all support. Share it with somebody. Help somebody go get money. Like, don't be selfish with the information. If you know somebody that got good credit, they over 700 plus, tell them to go apply for this Alliant credit card so they can get at least 10 bands. So easy, free 10 bands. With that being said, y'all have a blessed one.